Hey, do you ever get angry a little more than you think you should, or do you constantly harbor anger, or do you have anger management problems? Today in this episode, I'm going to be talking to you about anger and the relationship between that and your health, both mental and physical, as well as how psilocybin or magic mushrooms come into play. It's going to be a great one. I'm so glad you're with me. I am Dr. Dave, and this is Microdose U.
Enter the world of magic mushrooms with Microdose U.
Hey there, welcome. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm Dr. Dave. Great episode. Article just came across my news feed here about anger, and anger is related to health in a really huge way, and not only mental as you might think, but physical. And there are three body systems that also are mostly, I say mostly affected by anger, because pretty much everything is affected by anger, but I'll go over three, and then also tie in the relationship between mental, physical, and psilocybin, how that comes into play. Before I do that, I want to share with you that I'm so excited. Dr. Denise Moret and I have this program, this one-on-one program, where we can help you through and we can get you to where you want to be using magic mushrooms, or if you don't want to, even not using magic mushrooms. But so many of you just don't really know where to start. You listen to my podcast, maybe you watched a whole bunch of videos, you go to my website, and you're still just not really sure what to do. Well, we've got the program for you. And during the month of June, guess what? We are offering $400 off of your program tuition. And it's worth it anyway, even if regular price is so worth it. But $400 off only for the month of June now. Take advantage of this. Just if you're interested, you know how to reach me. We never beg anybody. We never ask twice. If you don't want to do it, that's cool. But the people that want to do it, do it. They go through the program, and the results have been just, I'd say, incredible so far. Had a bunch of graduates, and they're living their lives now the way they really feel that they should be living their lives. So again, month of June, $400 off the program. Send me an email. My email is always in the show notes. Dave@mado.com. Remember, it's Dave@MADOW.com. And we'll help you out with it. If you want to join, that's great. And if you just want to keep listening to everything for free and watching videos, that's totally cool too. I love you either way. Don't worry. I just want to make sure there's something for everybody here. So I want to make sure I can get back to this article here on anger. And, I also want to share a couple little anecdotal stories that happened to me over the past few days, actually, about anger. And it was not me getting angry, it's actually how I mitigated anger, because in the old days, these things that happened to me, I probably would have become very angry. And so in this Wall Street Journal article that came through my feed this morning, it talks about three, I'm going to say major body systems that are affected by anger. When you're angry a little bit, when you get angry, or if you're constantly angry and chronically angry at things and people and your life and work or whatever it might be, these are affecting mainly, well, I shouldn't say mainly, I said these three body systems. However, it's affecting everything. So can you guess what the three body systems are that are mainly affected by anger? Mainly. And again, I want to stress mainly, because so many other things are affected. But okay, what do you think? Three body systems, these are organs. I guess, well, I'm not sure the first one's an organ or not, but two of them are definitely organs. And I think all three might be. Well, your GI system, number one, it is really affected by anger. To the point where some of these things I didn't really know. This is really interesting here. Your body's sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight system, is also activated. And so the sympathetic nervous system is the fight or flight. So when you encounter something in your life, something goes on, like somebody threatens you, you feel like you're in danger, something else happens, and your sympathetic nervous system comes in, which is kind of gets you revved up. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to run far away from this animal that's chasing me, or whatever it might be. That's great. However, when your body is always or frequently in the sympathetic nervous system mode, that's really bad, and it's going to wreak havoc on your body. And mine was probably like that for years. And part of it was because of obstructive sleep apnea. That will put your body and my body into sympathetic mode, and sometimes you just can't get out. And it causes inflammation. And inflammation is major. When you've got chronic inflammation in your body due to anger or something else, again, like obstructive sleep apnea or any kind of sleep apnea or many things. We're talking about anger today, but there are many things that cause inflammation. And it's going to wreak havoc on your GI system. And your GI system is crucial to your health. And when there's inflammation in your GI system, you're looking at possibly many different types of diseases. I want to share this with you. In addition, the space in between the cells in the lining of the intestines opens up, which allows more food and waste to go into those gaps. Now, I never knew that, creating more inflammation that can fuel symptoms such as stomach pain, bloating, constipation. If you've got GI issues, any of what I just mentioned, pain, bloating, even gastric reflux, things like that, diarrhea, constipation, then you should look into inflammation. And again, anger, believe it or not, anger can really cause this stuff. Nobody ever really talks about that or thinks of that. What's the next organ, the next body system that is affected majorly by anger? Well, that would be the heart. And I don't have to even tell you, when you've got chronic inflammation in your vessels in your heart, and again, caused by anger. That's why a lot of times you see angry people develop these diseases, cancer, heart disease, because it's not good. Inflammation, oxidation. You're going to be more prone to heart attack, stroke, and more diseases of the heart and surrounding tissues and organs. We're an angry world these days. Not everybody, but I want to share some things about anger with you in a couple seconds. But the third is the brain. The third organ is the brain. And I don't know if you've ever noticed any kind of brain fog or cognitive decline, or things that just don't seem to be working as well with your brain as you think they should be. Look at your anger management. Look at your anger. Do you get angry a lot? Do you get just pissed off over things that maybe we shouldn't get pissed off at? So I had two things that happened within the past 48 hours. That in the past I would have been really pissed, but these days, with my microdosing journey, my rewiring of my brain, things just don't anger me anymore. In general, things don't anger me anymore. 2 days ago, I was driving along kind of not a highway, but like a road in Salt Lake City. And I got off of a highway. I was trying to get into a middle lane, and there was this person behind me, and I had plenty of room, and I put my signal on. And she seemed to speed up a little bit. She didn't want me to get in. Now, there was plenty of room, and I detected this person might be an angry person. So again, I had my signal on. I had room. I started moving in, and she was honking on her horn. And again, I talked about this in a previous episode, but what kind of life does this person have that they don't even want to let somebody into traffic? And there's plenty of room, trust me. I've been driving for a long time. There's plenty of room. But this person was an angry person. Now, did it make me angry that this person would not let me in, was honking on her horn? No, it did not make me angry. Whereas maybe years ago, I would have been pissed off and angry. And again, that would have affected my mental health and physical health. So when you can mitigate your anger issues, even daily things that happen, we all live our lives. We all have things that happen every day. Just yesterday, my wife and I pulled into a campground. We had a reservation. Site number 21. I will tell you that because as we're pulling in, I noticed on the big board there, it said something like all campsites are filled except sites 21 and 31 are available. So we had a reservation for 21. My wife had it on her iPhone. I saw it. I saw it as clear as day. We pulled over to site 21. There was a guy there in a red camper van. And I said to him, hey, how you doing? What's going on? He said, hey, I'm doing all right. I've got this site for tonight. I said, well, we actually had a reservation. And he then shared with me how when he pulled in, they said it was open. Our name was not on there. He paid and he put his little cash envelope in and took the site. Now, he didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't really his fault. There was a mistake in the system somewhere. Should I be angry at him? He took our site. Luckily, we found another campsite and it all worked out well. But again, how many people would have fought this tooth and nail and like gone up against him and said, no, this is my site. You got to pack your stuff up and get out of here. I mean, I could have done that and, maybe I would have been right. I don't know. But you have to start thinking in your life, what's worth it and what's not worth it. In the scheme of things, did I want to get angry at this guy who turned out to be a super nice guy? It wasn't his fault, but he was in my campsite. Did I want to get angry? Did I want to start some kind of even verbal fight? Did I want to take this to the next level? I decided, no, it's not worth it because my health, even if he was wrong, psilocybin has taught me that my health comes above little daily issues like this. Somebody cutting you off in traffic, somebody taking a campsite, whatever it might be. Those are just two little examples that happened literally within the past 48 hours. But these happen to us all day, every day. You can choose to get angry, or you can choose to say to yourself, in the scheme of things, this doesn't matter. My health is important to me. I don't want this to affect my health. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to find an alternative. I'm going to do something different. Magic mushrooms have absolutely taught me that. Unconditionally, no question about it. I try to feel good about myself every day and mitigate any anger, anxiety, stress, because when we have these things take place in our lives every day, anxiety, stress, anger, getting pissed off at somebody, you don't think that's going to cause you to get some type of a disease process or no guarantee, but you don't think it's going to be more likely that you're going to get some type of a disease process. And it can come in the way of both mental and physical. Mental disease and physical disease, or mental health issues, physical health issues. I put a little post on in our Magic Mushroom Microdosing private Facebook group this morning. Can you identify reasons why you have depression or anxiety? And in almost all cases, people stated things that have happened in their lives. It's very uncommon that somebody says to me, Dr. Dave, I have no idea. I think I've got a chemical imbalance. Now, that's possible. Of course it's possible. You can have a chemical imbalance and that causes some anxiety, depression, and more. Absolutely. No question about it. But more likely than not, there's something that is going on in your life or has taken place in your life that maybe some things you can't control. Somebody mentioned suicide of a child. Others mentioned bad marriage. Hanging around people that piss them off and they don't like. Well, okay, God forbid your child commits suicide. I can't even imagine how horrible that is. You can't help that. That happened. But again, I'm not minimizing that in any way at all. But that's going to affect your physical and mental health for sure. That's why magic mushrooms, even just the microdosing of magic mushrooms, can help rewire the brain, so not that it sees it in a different way, but so that your reaction is maybe not the right word, but the way you handle it is better for your health and better for your life. But again, getting back to the anger thing, I was with a friend last month, and he told me that he had this incident in a bar, that some guy was, I don't know, for lack of a better term, some guy was being obnoxious towards him or around him. And my friend, he's not a microdoser. You'll be able to tell by this story. He's not a microdoser. He doesn't use magic mushrooms for medical reasons, for mental health and physical reasons. He doesn't do that. And he let this thing blow up to where it almost turned into a really, really, really bad physical altercation. I said to my friend, hey, shame on you. Why would you even do that? Back off. Back off from confrontation. Back off from the anger. Back off from anything that's going wrong at the moment, because if you let it elevate and get worse, if you let it escalate is probably a better word, escalate and get worse, not only do you risk getting into a fight or worse, getting killed by a crazy person, but even a month later, he was telling me how pissed off he was about that one incident, one night. So for at least 1 month, I'm sure he's got inflammation in his body based on that horrible incident. But just think, if he would have walked away, if he would have just simply walked away and forgotten about it, yeah, maybe somebody would have called him a pussy or weak because he walked away from somebody that was maybe aggressive or stronger. He walked away. I call somebody that walks away smart and usually healthy. I don't need to win every battle. Pick your battles. Please think about the anger thing. Don't get angry so easily. Please let it go. Let it pass. These little incidents are not going to make any difference in the long run in your life whatsoever. Let them go. Forget about them. Be healthier. And keep with the microdosing, because that's going to help train and rewire your brain to let these stupid little incidents in your life be totally meaningless. I really hope this helped at least one person today, because it's so important. And that article from the Wall Street Journal is the thing that helped me put this together and think about it, because these extraneous things in our lives that happen every day can be killers. Again, both mental and physical. Till next time, remember, I put a brand new episode out every Wednesday and every Friday. Hey, I love you guys. I really do. You make my day. Every time I turn this mic on, or the video camera, or both, I just feel you on the other end. And this totally is worth living for. I love it. Love you. I'm Dr. Dave, Microdose U. I will see you next time.